returning to Yu-Gi-Oh! Can be intimidating. Luckily, there are a lot of great creators out there who provide helpful content. But this is my journey. While getting back into the game is mostly expensive, I'm doing it the smart way.
And buy the singles!
This series is dedicated to building a competitive deck, but only with singles and on a mightily small budget.
€5
per week. Welcome to Yugioh-Heroes.
Well, hello there, my fellow gentle nerds. This is Echo again for episode... Is it already episode 16? My god, time flies by when you're having fun. For episode 16 of Yugioh-Heroes. I'm very stoked to be here. I'm having the new card, or cards, already in front of me, so I'm prepared to give you a nice view over the new cards. That is coming up in this week's new card section. Afterwards we are having the duels, but what I will do actually for this week's episode, what I wanted to clarify are two things. If you've watched episode 15 but not the follow-up video that I uploaded last Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday where I uploaded it. It was a day after episode 15 came out. Please just watch this for all the overviews over the changes to the series. You probably have noticed already, or you have seen the video. If yes, congratulations, you get a cookie. If not, please do this just so you know what happened and what changes. Other than that, there is now a link in my description. From now on, is there a link in the description that contains my stream VODs. If you want to watch those, check them out there. They aren't going to be visible on the main channel. They are just accessible over that link in the playlist, because I don't want to clutter the channel and I don't want the main videos to be inaccessible. So there is going to be that, and you can check out all of the streams if you maybe have missed one of those. I am doing some field center and token creation. Maybe I will talk just a bit. Maybe I will play some games in the future. I don't know, but if you don't want to miss anything, you can check the link out there. Other than that, let's just jump into the new card section. Okay, here we are at the setup. And to be completely fair, I think every episode is a little bit of an improvement of the set. I now have a boom arm for the microphone, so I might sound better, more voluminous, fuller. I don't fucking know. But we have new cards, and I would like to say new cards, but it is actually just one, because we nearly drained our whole budget last week, but successfully won €7.50. So I thought, yeah, let's actually go for it. And this is a target card. I just put this into the main deck just because we have a rival, that is the ThePokeMonarch. And maybe it is not as much as a surprise as it is right now. Maybe for this episode it comes up. To this date, where I'm recording, I have not dueled ThePokeMonarch for this week. I did the other duels, but not that one. So maybe it comes up. And that card is Big Space Rock. Look at it. It is in the maximum gold version, because that is actually the prettiest, I think. Yeah, secret rare is also pretty, but I'm a sucker for those gold rares. So it is a Nibiru, and to fit Nibiru into the deck we have to move something, and what I'm moving is the DD Crow right now. I feel like the DD Crow is it is good, don't get me wrong. It is a good card, and I was considering putting either the Effect Vader or the Crow into the side deck, and I decided to go for the Crow for now. Keep in mind, those are experimentations. If that doesn't work out, I can still swap it around and maybe put the Veiler into the side. Maybe I put a completely different card into the side deck, like maybe a Dark Ruler no more. I don't know yet. But for now, the DD Crow goes into the side, and what leaves the side deck is the red reboot. I haven't found myself using red reboot actually. The biggest problems that I have are super poly, and red reboot does not counter super poly. Nothing does. So I don't feel like using it right now. Maybe I can side it back in if the meta changes maybe a bit, or the opponents that I'm facing are changing and playing more trap cards. Then I will side in red reboot again. Maybe I will actually side it again next episode, because I just remembered that ThePokeMonarch is now using Imperial Order to stop me, and I could actually use red reboot to stop Imperial Order. But I think for now this is the way to go. To insert Nibiru, focus camera, thanks, side the DD Crow, and actually what I'm going to implement, what I haven't did for this week's remote duel, but next week we have 2 Ghost from the Past mask changes, thanks to Demo, who sent them all the way from America to the Germanys. Yes, I know it's not the Germanys, but I will put them into the deck just because they're pretty. Yes, mismatching rarities. Maybe I will get a 3rd mask change in English just to match those cards, but they are very, very pretty. I like them a lot. So that's it for this week's new cards. Let's hop into the duels. Before we go into the duels, I want to give you a quick reminder. Look down below the video. Is the subscribe button already gray? If yes, perfect, go and watch the video. If not, it would really help the channel if you gave this video a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any uploads, any Soyi updates, any hero videos. You never miss anything about that. So click subscribe and hit the bell and like the video, it helps out a lot. Thanks! Going into game 1 against the ThePokeMonarch. I'll look at his hand, you know this is not going to be fun. I set 1 E-Call, get Stratos, and with Stratos I search Ferris just to set up for next turn. On his turn he normal summons Effect Veiler, links that away into Linkuriboh, using Black Collapse Serpent and links that into Nightmare Phoenix. I strike that because it would get popped anyway. He sets 1 and pass. I activate Ferris in hand, dumping Malicious, bringing the increase. Activating Increase to tribute Ferris, getting Vion, activating Vion to dump a Shadow Mist, then activate the E-Call to get Liquid and Honest Neos. I then go into the Cross Crusader, activating effect, bringing Malicious back and tributing off to Search, then attack, then normal summon the Liquid to get the Shadow Mist back, and then I fuse into Sunrise to get Miracle Fusion, and yep, that happens. Super Poly into the Starving Venom that is way too big even for the Sunrise to go through. He then normals the... shit, I couldn't follow. He goes into a Crystal Harpy Firex and LP. There comes the Triple Burst Dragon, getting the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon and Alternative Eyes, and clears the board with Raigeki. That's definitely game. Yep. Oh well. Game 2, he goes first, I make him go first, he sets 2, I activate E-Call and dump the Shadow Mist with Ferris, do my whole stuff with the Yugioh-Heroes. There comes Increase, that gets me Vion. Vion dumps the Malicious, and there comes Malicious. I then go into Wonder Driver, then activating Vion. Now, with Stratos getting Veilered, I wanted to search. I don't get the search, but I get the Poly, and there's the Barrier. Luckily, I have the 2nd Poly already in hand, and I hit in for a lot of damage. He then has to do something, activates Melody, and I have the Ash. And that makes him completely unable to do anything. I play it safe here, activate Poly, go into Sunrise, activating the Wonder Driver to set the Poly, and the Sunrise to get the Miracle Fusion. I then activate Miracle Fusion to get Escridao, and he scoops. Yeah, on game 3, I unfortunately have to go first. I activate Stratos, and Stratos gets Veilered. Very bad situation. I then really poly into the Sunrise, and get Miracle Fusion, as well as the Search. And I use the Search for Liquid, then activate Miracle Fusion, and yeah, that was actually a misclick. I didn't want to activate it, so I get out Ecorion. Yeah, I wanted to keep the Shadow Mist Engrave, that's why I searched Liquid. He goes into Haki Firebreaks and his White Stone of Legend, links it away into LP. There comes the Triple Burst, there's the White Dragon Wyver Burst, and Heavenly Spheres. I then normal summon the Liquid and activate Dark Ruler no more. And completely forget that Dark Ruler no more negates any attacks or damage that he might take. So I attack and like, why did you take damage? What happened? There must be a bug. Yeah, look at his hand already. Three blue eyes. My god. I then have enough damage on board because I had Mask Change in hand to go for a game. The second game I'm playing against Chu, and Chu is not playing his serious deck. He is playing a serious deck, and that is zombies. I Veiler the Necroworld Banshee, he sets 3 and pass. I normal summon Stratos and get my Ferris. With Ferris I dump the Dynatek, get increase, you know the drill. And Shinonu's Sword Style. Saga something? Yeah, I said it. Thing. And there comes the zombie world. I activate Miracle Fusion and he is IDP. My god. Yeah. So no place left for me. I just pass. He activates Jacobolin, dumping Glow Up Bloom that gives him Baladrock, and he hits me for damage. I activate the increase to get it in Spell Trap Zone, and he goes for the Vampire Sucker, activating Baladrock. And that triggers the Vampire Sucker. He gets an Upstart Goblin and... oh my god. Yeah, look at it. Unizombie. I just set 2 and pass. Pretty much knowing that I won't survive this turn. Game 2, I make him go first again. He activates the Extravagance because he doesn't care about his extra deck. Activating Shiranui Solitaire and the Unizombie, and that gets Veilered because that was important. Veiler the zombies. Setting 3 and pass again. I already have Ferris and have Nibiru in hand. Maybe could have kept it, but I think he would have not summoned more than 5 times. And the Miracle Fusion gets striked. So I get the Poly with Vion. And I want to Mask Change the increase. Yep, another IDP, he has it. And there's the effect of Unizombie, dumping the Necroworld Banshee that gets Bloom. Both get banished. There's the Zombie World and Baladrock. And I think you know where this is going, right? I mean, he is again on the Vampire Sucker and Baladrock comes back. He top decks into another Baladrock. I just can't pass with Malicious and Nip. Yeah, and I surrender. Swift 2-0 for him. And here we are at the remote duel against Ben from Heart of the Bards. We are 1-1 this week, so this was very important to have a positive record. He plays his serious deck, his Sacred Beasts. You can check out all of the creators in the description below. And in game 1 he starts with an Allure, using Chaos Summoning Beast then, and where I nearly chain my Veiler, and luckily I didn't. He goes into Harmon, and with Fallen Paradise and 1 set, he passes to me. On my turn, he flips Awakening of the Sacred Beasts, which gives him life points to the amount of attack that the monsters have that I summon. I search my Solid and normal him, then special Stratos and search Honest Neos. I then beat over Harmon with Stratos and Honest Neos in hand and swing for 1300, set 1 and pass. He uses 1 for 1, getting Chaos Summoning Beast. Now I Veiler it, and he then links off into Linkuriboh. On my turn, I Miracle Fusion Solid Soldier and Honest Neos into Sunrise, activate Sunrise and Stratos attack declaration and swing for 2900. He then Kaijus me with his Radiant, I actually know the name now, and on my turn I Miracle Fusion the Kaiju away into Escorion, swing with bows, and pass the turn. He brings out these tiny spirit thingy, and on my turn I compulse it, so he scoops. Game 2. Get ready, this is a long one. He sets 2 and passes. I normal summon Stratos, search Ferris, and I use Ecol to search my Shadow Mist, activate Ferris in hand, discarding Shadow Mist, going through the whole Vision Hero combo, dumping the Malicious. Then special the Malicious and Poly Stratos and increase into Sunrise. And then I had the Dark Calling in hand, and I thought, oh, are we here? Are we at Malicious Bane time? I had Dark Calling in hand, I had Infernal Prodigy in hand, and I had a level 5 engrave with, or higher, with Ferris. Is it time for Malicious Bane? No, he ghost spells me. So I had no chance actually to do it. I then Miracle Fusion into Escry Dao, and in battle I clear his board, but he super polys into Starving Venom and uses his Psychic Eraser Laser, and then my board is cleared. And I have to start from scratch, going into Infernal Prodigy, plus Liquid Soldier, plus Vion. I then search Poly and fuse for Absolute Zero, and compulse the Starving Venom, then attack for game with Absolute Zero, plus Honest Neos in hand, and okay, this is the first time that I'm doing this. I am stopping the footage right now. I don't know if I'm at this point or if I'm talking, and while I'm talking I stop. Look at this. Look what the board state is. I have Absolute Zero, and I have Honest Neos in hand, and Vion. He has definitely not enough life points to survive an Honest Neos boosted Absolute Zero. What did I do? I activate, of course, Absolute Zero. Not Absolute Zero, Honest Neos. But he has only 1 card in hand. So, I didn't think of anything that could go wrong. Can you? I give you a second. Okay, here is the revelation. He has Gamma. So he special summons out Gamma and Driver. Okay, that doesn't sound so bad. I'm still having him down to 2700. He has no cards in hand. And I have an overwhelming... Well... Yeah. I have an advantage over him. And now, let's play the recording back. That's why you should never surrender. Because on his turn... he top decks Allure. With Allure, he could banish the Ghost Reaper that he top decks and activates Opening of the Spirit Gates, getting his Dark Beckoning Beast, searching Dark Summoning Beast, and with that he brings out Hamon and passes to me. I draw, set Absolute Zero and Vion in defense position. I don't know, I completely blanked. I could have linked them away to destroy the Hamon, because Absolute Zero would leave the field. I didn't, so that maybe was a mistake, but I just set them defense and pass. He then does the same thing again, and then out comes another Hamon, so I'm locked out of attacking. I then draw, set another card and pass, because I nearly used all of my resources before. He draws, passes. I draw and activate Ecol, search for Stratos, normal summon Stratos, and clear Opening of the Spirit Gates. And then, after the effect resolves, because I summoned, I activate Torrential Tribute, now clearing the board. Again, I don't know why I didn't link them away, and then normal summon Stratos would have been way better. Now it is what it is. He then normal summons on his turn Chaos Summoning Beast and brings out Raviel. He banishes that beast and gets Fallen Paradise, draws 2, and attacks 4000 and pass for 4000. I set 1 and pass. He attacks that set and sets himself a card. I Fusion Destiny on my turn into Dystopia and completely forget that Raviel can't be targeted by effects. So I choose to pop a back row because I used Dynatek from Grave. and he chains Imperm. So I just had a Dystopia flopping around on the board. On his turn, he attacks over this Dystopia, activates Shimmering Scraper in his hand, so I had no board. I then set a Veiler just to try to live on my turn, and I get Radiant on my field, and with that he gets back his Shimmering Scraper and has enough damage to take game 2. I don't know what just happened, but I lost that game. If I wouldn't have used Honest Neos, that would have never happened probably. I would have probably been able to play through this. Keep that in mind. Game 3. He goes first. Again, sets 2 and pass. I do my Fusion Destiny combo, going into Cross Crusader, Shadow Mist, Liquid Soldier, and getting the Mask Change. And setting Mask Change and Compulse. In my end chain phase, he chains or activates Heavy Storm Duster, clearing my Mask Change and Compulse, which I can't chain. And he has the opening of the Spirit Gates, going into Dark Beckoning Beast, normal summons again for Chaos Summoning Beast, and that gets used for Raviel. So at this point he is scared that I will Nibiru him, since he has summoned 3 times. And he contemplates summoning more, which he didn't do, which was for him the correct thing, because I actually had Nibiru in hand. And he then just tributes the I think Dark Beckoning Beast, because it has 0 attack, for his Raviel effect, and attacks into my Cross Crusader. On my turn, his set card gets revealed. It is an Awakening. I wrote off Stratos and use him to clear the Fallen Paradise and Opening, then Miracle Fusion into Absolute Zero and Gamma Seal his Raviel. Then I Mask Change that Shadow Mist into Darklaw. I'm doing some Vision Hero stuff and end on a board with Escry Dao, Sunrise, Absolute Zero, Darklaw and Vion, which is a huge board. And unfortunately on this turn I can't OTK him with his LP boost. I actually maybe misplayed a bit with activation of Sunrise. That is okay, because on his turn he draws and scoops because he couldn't break that board that I just built. My god, what a set of games. That was the most stressful that I've ever had in a long time. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We actually won 2 matches. That means 10 euro extra for our bank account. Yes, bank account is probably right. But I hope you enjoyed this episode, and that's it for episode 16. I will see you in the next week. Hopefully not late like this episode, but it's probably okay. We will see each other next week for Heroes, but on Thursday for the last duels of the Soyi group stage. Stay tuned for that and see you then. Bye bye.